morning students, welcome back to mathematics classes. So in today's session we shall solve few more problems based on principle of mathematical induction. So before I start today's session, let me quickly summarize the working rule. Step number 1, denote the given statement as P of n. Step number 2, assume that the given statement is true for n equal to 1. Step number 3, assume that the given statement is true for n equal to k, and using step number 3, prove that the given statement is true for n equal to k plus 1. Now, in my first session, I told you all there are the first 3 problems holds the standard result. So if I quickly summarize the first problem which I taught you all, what was the first problem? Prove by principle of mathematical induction 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus etc plus n is equal to what? N into n plus 1 by 2. So keeping that standard result in mind, we shall solve the given problem. Look at the first term. What is the first term I have here? 1 plus, which is the second term? 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus, which is the third term? 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus etc. What is the last term of the LHS? 1 divided by 1 plus 2 plus 3 etc. plus n is equal to what? 2n into 2n divided by n plus 1. When you observe the last term of the LHS and look at the denominator here, can I write the denominator 1 plus 2 plus 3 etc. plus n as n into n plus 1 by 2? Yes, that is the standard result, and in induction that is the first problem. So by problem number 1, we can write the denominator, that is the last term of the LHS, as n into n plus 1 by 2. So what does the given problem become now? 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 2 plus etc. plus 1 divided by, denominator can be written as what? N into n plus 1 divided by 2 is equal to, RHS remains the same, that is 2n divided by n plus 1. Now, observe the last term of the LHS, 1 upon n into n plus 1 by 2. When you take the reciprocal, this term becomes what? 2 divided by n into n plus 1. So rewriting this step again, what do I write? 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus etc. plus, by taking the reciprocal, the last term of the LHS can be written as 2 into 2 divided by n into n plus 1, which is equal to 2n divided by n plus 1. So this is the question now. Here, what is the first step? We shall denote the given problem as P of n. So what is the first step here? Let P of n is equal to 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 2 plus etc. plus 2 divided by n into n plus 1, which is equal to 2n divided by n plus 1. This is nothing but P of n. Now what is the next step? Assume that the given statement is true for n equal to 1. Implies what? Wherever there is n in the LHS or in the RHS, we are supposed to substitute the value of n is equal to 1 and check whether LHS is equal to RHS. So now I'll solve step number 2. This is all about step number 1. Now moving on to step number 2, that is for n equal to 1. For n is equal to 1, consider LHS. What is LHS? 2 upon n into n plus 1, that is 2 divided by n into n plus 1. N takes the value what? 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. 2 ones are 2. This can be written as 2 by 2, implies the LHS answer is 1. Next, moving on to RHS part now. This is the LHS answer. Moving on to RHS. What is RHS result? 2n divided by n plus 1. N takes the value what? 1. So in place of n, what do I write? 1. 2 ones are 2. Denominator also will sum up to 2 itself, because n takes the value 1. 2 by 2, which is equal to 1. When you observe LHS and RHS, the answers are same. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. Therefore, the given statement is true for n equal to 1. You're supposed to write down that statement. Therefore, the given statement is true for n equal to 1. Moving on to the next step. For n is equal to k now. For n is equal to k. Implies what? Each term of n in the question, LHS and RHS, is replaced by k. So wherever there is n, I will replace it by k, and the answer becomes 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 2 plus etc. 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 2 divided by k into k plus 1 equal to 2k divided by k plus 1. 2k divided by k plus 1. Clear? Next, for n is equal to k plus 1. Using step number 3, I am supposed to prove that the given statement is true for n equal to k plus 1. For n is equal to k plus 1, when I observe the question, what is the operation? Here I have after each term, an addition operation holds after each term. So what do I do? For the last step, step number 4, for n equal to k plus 1, I need to add the next term on both these sides. That is, for n equal to k plus 1, for n equal to k plus 1, add the next term on both the sides. Add the next term. We don't know what is the next term. I am supposed to add the next term on both the sides. Now, make a note in the working column. How do you find the next term? Observe the question. The question was 1 upon 1 plus 2, etc., etc., 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 3, etc., etc., plus n. Using standard result, that is problem number 1, we have reduced the question to be 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 2, etc., 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 2 by n into n plus 1. Now, to find the next term, you need to consider the last term, that is the nth term of the LHS. What is the nth term of the LHS here? 2 divided by n into n plus 1. 2 divided by n into n plus 1. Now, what is n equal to here? K plus 1. So, in place of n, what do I write? I write k plus 1 divided by k plus 1 plus 1, and this will sum up to k plus 1 into k plus 2. This will sum up to k plus 1 into k plus 2. So, 2 divided by k plus 1 into k plus 2 will be my next term, which I am supposed to add on both the sides. So, this is the next term. Make a note of it in the working column. Next term will be 2 divided by k plus 1 into k plus 2. This is the next term. Next. So, we shall add this term on both the sides. So, I am going to, using the previous step, I am going to add this on both the sides. What does the question become? 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 2 plus etc., etc., etc. What do I have here? 2 divided by k into k plus 1, k into k plus 1. I am adding the next term. Which is the next term? 2 divided by k plus 1 into k plus 2 equal to, what is in the RHS? 2k divided by k plus 1. 2k divided by k plus 1. And which is the next term I am supposed to add here again? Finished adding the next term on the RHS. Now we need to add the next term on, finished adding the next term on the LHS, and now we are supposed to add the next term on RHS. So what is the RHS term here? 2 divided by k plus 1 into k plus 2. Now we shall simplify the RHS part. What is RHS here? 2k divided by k plus 1 plus, what is the last term here? 2 divided by k plus 1 into k plus 2. When you take the LCM, what is the LCM? Observe the denominator of the first term, observe the denominator of the second term. When you observe the denominator of the first and the second term, what will be the LCM here? K plus 1 into k plus 2. Consider the first term. What is the first term? 2k divided by k plus 1. So, how do you take the LCM? K plus 1 get cancels, and what is left out here? K plus 1 into k plus 2, that is 2k into k plus 2 plus 2. When you consider the second term, what is the second term? 2 divided by k plus 1 into k plus 2. So you can, when you take the LCM, k plus 1 and k plus 2 gets cancelled, left out is 2. This can be written as what? 2k square plus 4k plus 2, whole thing divided by k plus 1 into k plus 2. Now I can take 2 as common in the numerator. If I take 2 as common, what is left out? K square plus 2k plus 1, complete thing divided by k plus 1 into k plus 2. I can write k square plus 2k plus 1 as what? K plus 1 whole square. This can be written as what? This can be written as 2 into k plus 1 whole square, because when I expand k square plus 2k plus 1, k square plus 2k plus 1 can be written as k plus 1 whole square. When I expand k plus 1 whole square according to a plus b formula, what do I have? A square plus b square plus 2ab, whole thing divided by, what is the denominator? K plus 1 into k plus 2. 1 square and k plus 1 get cancelled. What remains now? 2 into k plus 1, whole thing divided by k plus 2. As I mentioned earlier, each term of k has to be represented in terms of k plus 1. So what do I do? Can I write this k plus 1 as, okay, I'll just write k plus 1 as it is. Now in the next step, I will be writing k in terms of k plus 1. So what do I do? K plus 1 plus 1 added to which number do I get 2? That is nothing but 1 itself. So according to the assumption, what is n equal to here? We are proving the given statement is true for n equal to k plus 1. So what is k plus 1 equal to? N. In place of k plus 1, what do I write here? N. So this can be written as 2n divided by n plus 1, which is equal to RHS. Which is equal to RHS. What will be the conclusion? Therefore, the given statement is true for n equal to k plus 1, and the conclusion will be, hence by PMI, that is principle of mathematical induction, P of n is true for all n belongs to n. Clear? Make a note of this in the working column. This is how we find out the next term to be added on both these sides. Conclusion ends here. Moving on to the next problem, we have, using PMI, prove that 1 square plus 3 square plus 5 square plus etc plus 2n minus 1 whole square is equal to n into 2n minus 1 into 2n plus 1 whole thing divided by 3. First step, as usual, we shall denote the given statement as P of n. So what is P of n here? Let P of n is equal to 1 square plus 3 square plus 5 square etc plus 2n minus 1 whole square is equal to n into 2n minus 1 into 2n plus 1 complete thing divided by 3. This is P of n. Now what is the next step? We shall prove that the given, assume that the given statement is true for n equal to 1. So wherever there is n in the LHS and RHS, we are supposed to substitute the value of n is equal to 1 and check whether these both are equal. Once it is equal, we can come to a conclusion that the given statement is true for all, for n is equal to 1. So, for n is equal to 1, we shall solve the next step. For n is equal to 1, consider LHS. What is LHS? What is the nth term of the LHS here? 2n minus 1 whole square. 2n minus 1 whole square. In place of n, what will you write? 1. So 2 ones are 2. 2 minus 1, 1. 1 square is nothing but 1 itself. So this is about the LHS. Now, moving on to RHS. This is the RHS part. This is the RHS. Make a note of it. This is RHS. In place of n, what do we write? 1. 1 into, what is 2 into 1? 2. 2 minus 1, 1 again. 2 into 1, 2. 2 plus 1, 3. Complete thing divided by 3. What is 3 by 3 equal to? 1 again. LHS is equal to RHS. Therefore, the given statement is true for n equal to 1. Next, we shall pass on for n is equal to k now. The next step. For n is equal to k. In place of n, what do we write? K. So, the given question becomes 1 square plus 3 square plus 5 square, etc., etc. In place of 2n minus 1 whole square. In place of n, what do I write? K. The given problem becomes 2k minus 1 whole square equal to k into 2k minus 1 into 2k plus 1, complete thing divided by 3. Complete thing divided by 3 now. And what is the conclusion here? Therefore, the given statement is true for n equal to k. You're supposed to write that statement. Therefore, the given statement is true for n equal to k, as we wrote in the previous problems. Next step. Using the previous step, that is for n equal to k, we are supposed to prove that the given statement is true for n equal to k plus 1. So for us to prove the given statement is true for n equal to k plus 1, what do we do? When you observe the question, after each term there is an addition operation. So in this step, we are going to add the next term on both the sides. For n is equal to k plus 1, add the next step on both the sides. For n is equal to k plus 1 here, what do we do? Add the next term on both the sides. Add the next term on both the sides. Now look at the board now. How to find the next term? In the working column, what is the nth term of the LHS in the working column? 2n minus 1 whole square is there. So what is the nth term here? 2n minus 1 whole square. In place of n, what do I write? K plus 1. So that is 2 into k plus 1 minus 1 whole square, and this will sum up to 2k plus 2 minus 1 whole square, and the resultant answer will be 2k plus 1 whole square. So this is the next term which I am supposed to add on both the sides, that is LHS and RHS. So what is the next term here? 2k plus 1 whole square. This is how we find the next term. So by using this step, so what does this step becomes now? 1 square plus 3 square, etc., 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 plus 2k minus 1 whole square. Which is the term I'm supposed to add here? 2k plus 1 whole square, which is equal to k into 2k minus 1 into 2k plus 1 divided by 3 plus, which is the term I'm supposed to add again here. Finished adding the next term on LHS. Once again I'm supposed to add the next term on RHS. So what is the RHS term here? Plus 2k plus 1 whole square. Clear? Next, we are going to simplify the RHS part now. So what is the RHS part here? That is k into 2k minus 1 into 2k plus 1 divided by 3 plus, which was the term that we added? 2k plus 1 whole square. 2k plus 1 whole square. Cross multiply and take the LCM. So what do I get? K into 2k minus 1, 2k plus 1 plus 3 times 2k plus 1 whole square divided by 3. Divided by 3. Now when you observe the numerator, what is common in the numerator? 2k plus 1 is common. So what do I write here? I shall take out 2k plus 1 as common factor, and what is left out now? K into 2k minus 1 plus 3. One term of 2k plus 1 is taken out as a common factor. Another term remains, that is 3 into 2k plus 1 whole thing divided by 3. Now what do I get? 2k plus 1, k into 2k, now multiply each term. 2k square minus k plus 6k plus 3 whole thing divided by 3. Further simplifying, what do I get? 2k plus 1 into 2k square plus 5k plus 3 whole thing divided by 3. Now come back to working column part. This is the equation. After simplifying we need to factorize the numerator now. What is in the numerator? 2k square plus 5k plus 3. Factorizing the numerator. What are the factors here? 2k square plus 5k plus 3. 2k square plus 2k plus 3k plus 3. What is common here? 2k. If you take 2k as common, k plus 1, and what is common here? 3 plus 3 into k plus 1. So what do I write this as? 2k plus 3 into k plus 1. 2k plus 3 into k plus 1. 2k square plus 5k plus 3 is been factorized and written as 2k plus 3 into k plus 1. So we will write the factorized term of the numerator. So what do we have now? This is 2k plus 1 into 2k square plus 5k plus 3 can be written as what? 2k plus 3 into k plus 1 whole thing divided by 3. Complete thing divided by 3. Now what are we supposed to prove in the RHS? We are supposed to prove it is n into 2n minus 1 into 2n plus 1 complete thing divided by 3. What is n equal to? K plus 1. So I can say this term is equal to n into 2n minus 1 into 2n plus 1 whole thing divided by 3, which is equal to RHS. Clear? Now how did we get RHS? In the working column, make a note of it. What do I have here? N. In place of n, in the last step, what is n equal to? K plus 1. So this is equal to n. Next, consider 2n minus 1 here. 2n minus 1. What is n equal to? What is n equal to? K plus 1. So 2 into k plus 1 minus 1. In place of n, I write k plus 1. When you multiply, what do you get? 2k plus 2 minus 1, and this will sum up to 2k plus 1. So 2k plus 1 can be written as 2n minus 1. K plus 1 is nothing but n. What is 2n minus 1 equal to? 2k plus 1. Vice versa, 2k plus 1 can be written as what? 2n minus 1. Similarly, which term do I have here? 2n plus 1. In place of n, what do I write? K plus 1. 2 into k plus 1 plus 1, which is equal to 2k plus 2 plus 1, and this is equal to 2k plus 3. So 2k plus 3 can be written as 2n plus 1. 2k plus 3 can be written as what? 2n plus 1. So can I say 2k plus 1 into 2k plus 3 into k plus 1 whole thing divided by 3 equal to n into 2n minus 1 into 2n plus 1 complete thing divided by 3, which is equal to RHS. Therefore, the given statement is true for n is equal to k plus 1. Hence, by PMI, the given statement, that is P of n, is true for all n belongs to n. Moving on to the next problem we have. Using PMI, prove that 1 divided by 1 into 4 plus 1 divided by 4 into 7 plus etc. 1 divided by 3n minus 2 into 3n plus 1 is equal to n upon 3n plus 1. So what is the first step? We shall denote the given statement as P of n. So let P of n is equal to 1 divided by 1 into 4 plus 1 divided by 4 into 7 plus etc. 1 divided by 3n minus 2 into 3n plus 1 is equal to what? N divided by 3n plus 1. This is the first step. What is the next step? Assume that the given statement is true for n equal to 1. So you need to consider LHS, we need to consider RHS and check whether the given statement is true for n equal to 1 by substituting the value of n as 1. So this is for n equal to 1. For n equal to 1, this is LHS. What is LHS? 1 upon 3n minus 2 into 3n plus 1. In place of n, what do you write? 1. 3 into 1, 3. 3 minus 2, 1. 3 into 1, 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. So what is 1 into 4? That is nothing but 1 by 4. The answer of the LHS is 1 by 4. Now consider RHS. What is RHS? N divided by 3n plus 1. In place of n you put 1. So numerator takes the value 1. 3 into 1, 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. When you check, LHS is equal to RHS. Therefore, the given statement is true for n equal to 1. You're supposed to write the conclusion here. There LHS is equal to RHS and hence the given statement is true for n equal to 1. Next, assume that the given statement is true for n equal to k. Implies what? Wherever there is the nth term in the LHS and RHS, you will replace the value of n as k, and therefore the given problem becomes for n is equal to k. What does the given problem become? 1 divided by 1 into 4, etc. 1 divided by, in place of n, what do we write? K. So 1 divided by 3k minus 2 into 3k plus 1, which is equal to k upon 3k plus 1. The given statement is true for n equal to k. Now, what is the last step of the problem? We are supposed to prove that the given statement is true for n equal to k plus 1. When you observe the question, after each term I have an addition operation. So for n is equal to k plus 1, what do? I will add the next term on both the sides of the question, that is LHS and RHS. So for n is equal to k plus 1 now. For n is equal to k plus 1, add the next term on both the sides. So we need to check what is the next term that is to be added on both the sides. For us to check the next term that is to be added on both the sides, we need to consider the nth term of the LHS, that is the last term of the LHS. What is the last term of the LHS? Make a note in the working column. What is the last term of the LHS? 1 divided by 3n minus 2 into 3n plus 1. Clear? 3n minus 2 into 3n plus 1. N takes the value what? K plus 1. So in place of n, what do I write? K plus 1. So 3 into k plus 1 minus 2, again 3 into k plus 1 plus 1. So what will be the resultant answer here? 1 upon 3 into k, 3k plus 3 minus 2 into 3k plus 3 plus 1. So this will sum up to 1 upon 3k plus 1 into 3k plus 4. This is the next term which I am supposed to add on both the sides for n equal to by using n equal to k statement. Clear? So make a note of this working column now. This is the next step. What does the given problem become now? 1 divided by 1 into 4 plus etc. etc. 1 upon 3k minus 2, 3k plus 1. I am supposed to add the next term for the LHS. This is the LHS. I am going to add the next term. Which is the next term I got here? 1 divided by 3k plus 1 into 3k plus 4. This is the next term. So I am adding the next term on the LHS now. What is the next term? 1 upon 3k plus 1 into 3k plus 4. This is about the LHS. And what is RHS here? K upon 3k plus 1, adding to RHS as well the next term. So what is the next term? 1 upon 3k plus 1 into 3k plus 4. When you observe the denominator of the first term and the second term of the RHS, we shall take the LCM now. What is the LCM? The LCM will be 3k plus 1 into 3k plus 4. This is the LCM. 3k plus 1 into 3k plus 4. So consider the first part, k divided by 3k plus 1. Consider the first part, k divided by 3k plus 1. When you take the LCM, 3k plus 1 and 3k plus 1 get cancelled. What remains? K into 3k plus 4. K into 3k plus 4 plus, consider the second part, 1 upon 3k plus 1 into 3k plus 4. When you when you multiply with LCM, the denominator and the LCM gets cancelled. So what remains? 1. So what is the further step here? That is 3k square plus 4k plus 1 upon 3k plus 1 into 3k plus 4. Now, when you observe the numerator part here, numerator has to be factorized. So, for me to factorize, I will consider the numerator part. What is there in the numerator here? 3k square plus 4k plus 1. Consider numerator. The numerator is 3k square plus 4k plus 1. So I am going to factorize the numerator here. 3k square plus 4k plus 1. Numerator can be written as 3k square plus 3k plus 1k plus 1. These are the factors. What is common in the first two term? 3k. If I take out, k plus 1 remains. Similarly, in the second term, if I take out 1, k plus 1 remains. So what is the reduced answer? Result 3k plus 1 into k plus 1. Numerator 3k square plus 4k plus 1 is being factorized and written as 3k plus 1 into k plus 1. So what do I write? 3k plus 1 into k plus 1. What remains in the denominator? 3k plus 1 into 3k plus 4, which I am rewriting it as it is 3k plus 1 into 3k plus 4. Now 3k plus 1 in the numerator and 3k plus 1 in the denominator gets cancelled. So what remains in the numerator now? K plus 1. This is the working column part, k plus 1, and what remains in the denominator? 3k plus 4. 3k plus 4. Observe here, each term of k should be in terms of k plus 1. As mentioned earlier, each term of k has to be represented in terms of k plus 1. When you look at the numerator, k is already in terms of k plus 1. So that term need not be reduced. So I'll just rewrite k plus 1 as it is. Now observe the denominator. When you observe the denominator, what is there in the denominator? 3k plus 4. K is not in terms of k plus 1. So I will write this k in terms of k plus 1. Now observe carefully, 3 into k plus 1. What sign do I have here? Plus. 3 into k, 3k. I am getting back this term. 3 into 1, 3. 3 plus what number gives me 4? Observe, 3k plus 4. K is written in terms of k plus 1. 3 into k, 3k. 3 into 1 is 3. 3 plus what number gives me 4? That is nothing but 1. So when you observe, have I written k in terms of k plus 1? Yes. What is k plus 1 equal to by the last step? We are supposed to prove that the given statement is true for n equal to k plus 1. So in place of k plus 1, what do I write? N, and therefore I can rewrite this as n divided by 3n plus 1. N divided by 3n plus 1, which is equal to RHS. Which is equal to RHS. Therefore, the given statement is true for n equal to k plus 1. Hence, by the principle of mathematical induction, P of n is true for all n belongs to n. Clear? Next. We shall try with few more problems in my next class. So just try with these two problems. Take these two problems as homework. You can try solving at home. The next question is, using PMI, solve 2n plus 7 less than n plus 3 whole square. 2n plus 7 less than n plus 3 whole square. And the next problem is, using PMI, prove that 1 into 3 plus 3 into 5 etc. plus 2n minus 1 into 2n plus 1, 2n minus 1 into 2n plus 1 is equal to n into 4n square plus 6n minus 1, complete thing divided by 3. You can just try with these two problems on your own. Just try these two problems on your own. With this, we have come to an end of today's session. We shall continue with few more problems based on principle of mathematical induction. Thank you.